Good evening. This is Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and I'm excited to welcome you to the January edition of Create With Me Paper Pumpkin. So I know you might be thinking, well, it's February, but I had a bit of a delay on my trip, and hi Dana. Hi Mom, I had a little delay on my trip, so I didn't have my paper pumpkin with me, so I had to wait till I got back to Minnesota. So that's why we were delayed until today. So I'm super excited to be able to make paper pumpkin with you guys tonight. I'm going to start some comments here so I can see who's all here. Oh, look at that. I'm going to echo in the background for a second. Alright, hi Connie. So if you have your January kit, I'm going to encourage you to get that out. And what we have here is our cute little red boxes. And on the side, it actually tells you what the name of the kit is. So it's Heartfelt Love Notes. So I kind of figured that it was going to be a Valentine theme. Hi Debbie. I figured it was going to be a Valentine theme, but I don't really use a whole lot of Valentines. So I'm going to show you in my alternatives some other options of what you can do if you don't really have much need for Valentines. But first we're going to figure out how to make the kit as it says. So we're going to do that. Dana, yes, I am in my craft room. So you're kind of getting a peek. The pictures behind me, or the cards behind me, those are actually cards that people have sent me, and I just switch them out every so often. And then I have the key verse for my business here, and so it's lots of fun. So, oh, hi Lucy. So let me put this down so that we can get started in looking at this fun kit. So we got here. See if I got this in here now. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this box and see what I can do here. So I have not even opened this one. So what I did was I opened another box and didn't look at the instructions or anything for this month's kit. And I just made some alternatives. So, hi Meredith. Hi Debbie. Oh, Tallahassee. Debbie, I need to come visit you. I am so ready for more warm weather. So we're gonna open the kit here and see what we've got going on. So I've got the stamp set, and the stamps include Sending Hugs and Kisses to You, You Make My Heart Happy, Happy Valentine's Day. There's hearts, little hearts that say to and from. We've got XOXO, Be Mine, Love, and then I really like this envelope that has the X's and O's coming out of it. That's really cute. So, hi Meredith. And then we have an envelope with a heart. And I'd be curious to know, when you see this envelope with a heart, do you think of any other stamp set? Because it sure made me think of a different stamp set, which you'll see come out in my alternative ideas. So I'll put that over here to the side. And this month we have a rich raspberry ink spot. And then we're just going to set aside this box here for a moment. Throw it on the ground, you know, it'll get picked up later. So this is our kit for this month. And like I said, I actually haven't looked at what it actually makes. I've only been working on alternatives so far. Dana, I agree. I really like the stamp set for this month. So these look like little Valentines, and it looks like there's maybe 8 or 10 of each one. So we'll see what we can make here. So we're gonna cut it out. Yes, Debbie, you're so right. The panda set. In the panda stamp set, there's actually a panda that is holding an envelope, just like this, with a little heart. So that's immediately what it made me think of. And if you've watched any of my videos in the last few weeks, you'll know that I am absolutely obsessed with the panda video, or I'm sorry, the panda stamp set. So of course that's going to have to come out in my alternatives. So let me see here. We're just trying to get some plastic off so I can get to the instruction sheet. mean, I suppose we could try to guess from the picture, but instructions are really nice. Connie, I do like my new car. So I ended up getting a Toyota RAV4, and but before that I had a tiny little Chevy Malibu. So let me tell you, switching to an SUV is a really big switch. So we'll see how that goes. Hi Marilyn, hi Brenda. Debbie, I agree, the ribbon is really nice in here. So that's what we're going to be making. So let's see what we got in here. We've got our little glue spots. And I'm going to move this over so I have room to set things down here. We've got the ribbon, and the ribbon is actually lined with like a gold stitching on it, which makes sense because there's gold on these black cards. So gold stitching on the ribbon here. And then we have some dimensionals. So we'll just open those up here. Yeah, Debbie is a popular name. I might have to tell you guys which Debbie I'm talking to when I'm talking to you guys. So, oh, Brenda, I agree. I'm just loving this month's kit. Now, again, I haven't made these as the kit says, but I'm loving some of the alternatives that I can come up with. So, I actually sell my cards, and one of the most popular things I get asked for are anniversary cards. So, I'll show you some of those ideas that I have later. So, these are little gem spots. We've got Flirty Flamingo and Rich Razzleberry here in those two. And then it looks like we've got some cards. We've got stripes and hearts. And these are actually little pocket cards. So you can see here they have a pocket inside there. So you could probably use it as a gift card holder. Would be a great idea, or maybe a little lollipop. It comes with some craft envelopes here. Oh, Dana, you could absolutely dye the ribbon. Or you know what? You can actually take these markers here and you could color the ribbon to match as well. You know, or you know, any color that you might want, but those markers. So we have craft envelopes. So these are actually, I think they're a little bit smaller. Let me take a regular envelope. Okay, so this is a standard size card envelope, the white one. And these are the brown craft envelopes that came with the kit. So it's actually a little bit smaller, the ones with the kit are. So these are probably the 3.5 by 5 inch envelopes, but those are still legal to mail. So that's, you know, that's very good to know. Yeah, Connie, there is a ton of ribbon in there, which I'm super excited about because we can use it for all sorts of other stuff. So we'll just set our envelopes aside. All right, what else do we got here? So we have these little scalloped note cards. Look like those are all the same. And then we have some pink tags. These would be the Flirty Flamingo, and those are actually stickers. So that's nice to have. We have some white and gold lined tags here as well. I don't know if you guys can see that shimmery gold, but they're super cute. Well, Dana, I hope your eyes are healing soon and you'll be able to craft. But I know you've got another surgery coming up. So there's 2 sheets of those tags. And then we have some vellum. We've got vellum with the hearts, and it's probably super hard to see these. Let me see if I get some. There we got heart vellum, and then we have some more of the like flag tag kind of things in the vellum. So we'll see what we got here. Alright, so I suppose the first step is to see what they say the first step is in the instructions. Alright, so we are going to stamp the tags first. So we're just going to take some of these tags. Let me make some space here so I can actually stamp on my table. If you saw the picture I just posted a little bit ago on my page, I was quickly finishing up a few more alternatives that I got inspired to do right before this video. And so my craft table was just an absolute mess. So we're going to see if I can find everything that I need. I'm actually going to use the stamp set that I used earlier when I was making the alternatives. That way I can keep the other two as some giveaways for people on this video. I'm actually going to be doing some drawings a little bit later, so you can win some of the cards that I make on this video. And then at the very end, you could actually win an entire kit. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Hi, Linda. So we're going to start with Be Mine. So we're going to take that off of here. Now, if you're new to Paper Pumpkin, your very first kit is actually going to have a block in it. So in case you're new to crafting too, they actually give you a block to start with, which is really nice. And similar to my ink, I'm also going to use my own Rich Razzleberry ink. That way I can save those ink spots. Alright, so we're going to do some here in Be Mine. We'll just stamp a couple here in the middle. And we'll see what we have to work with here. I think I'll do half the sheet with Be Mine, and then we'll switch over to another stamp set. Or another stamp, I should say, not a set. It's all the same set. So, alright, I'm going to kind of dab that off over here. And we're going to switch to You Make My Heart Happy. Let me just take this whole plastic cover off of here so it's not in the way. And I'll clean these up later, but for now we'll stick them back on the plastic sheet a little bit dirty. So we're gonna have to turn the tags in order to do the You Make My Heart Happy. And I know I'm kind of stamping upside down for you guys, but stamping upside down is not yet something I am proficient at, so I figure I'll have to stamp it my direction and then I can turn it around for you guys to be able to read it. So, Debbie Bacon, you are new to these kits. I just adore Paper Pumpkin. These kits are $20, and it includes everything you've seen so far. So, you do not need any extra supplies in order to make these kits. They give you everything you need, from adhesive, the paper, truly everything you need to make the kits as pictured. So let me go back here to the original picture. This is what we're making tonight. So you do get everything that you see here for that $20. So it's really nice to have. Debbie and Connie, thank you so much for sharing this video. So, Debbie, I hope that answers your question. But yeah, they're $20. You can subscribe for 1 month, or you can subscribe on an ongoing subscription. And right now, because of Celebration, if you buy a 3-month prepaid kit, you will actually be able to get a free Celebration item, such as the panda set. So we're going to put this back over here. And I think I'm going to do one more sentiment, and that is this one, which I didn't actually read. Let's see. It says, "Sending hugs and kisses to you." So we're just going to stamp a few more tags because, let's be honest, I'm not sure what we're doing with them. So I figure I should have some extras, right? Going to need them somehow on here. Move here. Let me see here. Sorry, I'm just trying to multitask here, reading your comments and doing this as well. Debbie Wickland, I agree. The stamp sets really are great. I have binders full of the stamp sets. And here's another good reason to stamp extra tags, because if you're like me, you might get some extra ink on your set. So then you kind of need extra tags. There's always the option too, keep in mind, that you can turn them over. Now, of course, you won't have the gold lining, but you'll still have really cute tags if you mess up on too many of them. So I'll close my ink here. All right, so now it's wanting me to use some of these vellum hearts. So we're going to punch out a few hearts here. I love it when they include these pre-cut die cuts. They're so handy to have. and you do get tons of leftovers. Even if you make the kit exactly as the instructions say, you still end up with a bunch of leftovers. So it's really nice. So instead of just making the, 16 or so Valentines that come with this, you can actually end up making a whole bunch more. And again, in my alternatives, I'll kind of show you some more of that. So we're going to take one of these here and our vellum. Now while I'm demonstrating this, I always try to only use what's in the kit, because that way if one of you guys are watching and you don't have extra supplies on hand, you'll be able to see that you really can do this without having to get a lot of extra supplies. So we're going to put, oh, that one came off. We're going to put a couple of these glue dots here in the middle. Now what happened here was the white part came off, but the glue dot did not. So that's why I had to turn, oh, it happened again. So the glue dot stayed on my sheet. So I just turned it over. And voila, you have it on there. Alright, so we're going to stick, actually they want you to do it on the stripes. And since I'm going to pretend I'm a rule follower, I'm going to do it like they say. Alright, so we have a vellum heart. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make two. That way, just in case I mess up later on down the road, we'll have two ready to go. And see, on this one, both the cover of the glue dot and the glue dot came off together. So now I'll just peel that little white thing off. Definitely helps to have some nails. Debbie, you do not know ahead of time what you order, but they often give hints on the Paper Pumpkin site. So on Facebook, there's actually a page called Paper Pumpkin, and they often will give surprises. And there are sometimes you kind of know, like January, I feel like is probably often Valentine sort of things, just because it's that, time of year. So we've got two striped ones that I've done with the heart. And then, let's see, it wants us to layer a pink banner, excuse me. So now it wants me to use some of these banners, so we're going to pop a couple of those out. It's not always cards, sometimes it is 3D projects. So we've gotten like little gift boxes, treat holders, all sorts of different things. If you go on StampinUp.com and you look in the store, there's actually a section called Past Paper Pumpkin Kits. You can't order out of there unless you're a current subscriber, but once you subscribe, then you can actually buy past paper pumpkins. So that's always great, to have. I love some of the back kits, and those are a little bit cheaper because they don't always come with the stamp set or the ink. It's usually just the paper and stuff like that. Oh, my glue dots are right next to me. So we're going to put some glue dots on here. Now, of course, if you have, your tape runner sitting around, you could obviously just, put a line of tape on here. And you'll have a quick adhesive for it. I actually love these glue dots, and I save them all from the paper pumpkins because I just think they're so great. Very versatile, useful for other things. Now, of course, you can see through it right now, but the second step with this part is that we are going to put a pink tag over the top. Just like that, which of course covers your glue dots. So there we have that one, and then we'll do our second one here. And since you always have extras, you can make other projects with them. One of the things, I don't use the 3D projects very much, just because I just haven't really found a need for them. So I typically make even those kits into cards somehow. It might take a little bit of extra creativity, but it does work. Hi, Mary. All right, so we have our 2 little heart ones. So this has the gold hearts in the background. See if we can get that to kind of shimmer for you. There we go. And those have the banners. And then we have the black and white striped, which it told us to put the hearts on. So let's see what our next step is. All right, now we are going to add some tags. So now I'm understanding why they want us to stamp tags in 2 different directions. Because on the heart, they want you to put a tag that goes this way, and on the pink tag, the up and down way. So let's just pop a few of these out. So we've got some tags sitting here. Tags, I feel like, are one thing they definitely give you extras of, probably because so many of us mess up when we're stamping, so it gives us more to work with. And I have another saying here, so let me pop out a couple of those. So I can kind of mix it up, mix and match here with some of my sayings. So we're going to use the dimensionals, which are hidden right here. We're going to put some dimensionals here. And if I can just confess, I am following the rules for this video. But I will tell you, that is the only time I follow the rules with these kits. I always end up switching these up and kind of doing my own thing with how I make them. Just because, you know, it's fun to have a mix of different things. So we're going to take the back off of these dimensionals. You know, there are times when you'll get a kit that you just don't care for. And what I was about to put the wrong one. You know what? Let's do this over here. If I do an up and down tag on the heart, it's a little too tall. So let me just show you here. If we had a tag going this way, it really covers the heart, so you can't tell what's behind it. So that's why you want that other version. But yeah, you can just call me a rule breaker, you know. Here I am trying to be all good for the video, but let's just be honest. It's way more fun when you're crafting to break the rules and do your own thing, right? Hi, Sarah. So there we have 2 different versions here. Let me see. Let me put this one on here. Take another one. And then, let's see, I need one more that is kind of that landscape version. So we'll use this other saying that we have. Take those off of here. All right, and we'll put that right here. All right, so these are starting to come together. So these adorable little Valentines. They really are cute. I mean, especially if you've got kids or grandkids you want to give Valentines to, I think these are super cute. All right, so our next step is to put the enamel dots. And it says that you can use up to 5 per card. That's probably just because you'll run out if you try to use too many more than that per card. But of course, you know, you can always mix it up. Do it however you want. It doesn't really tell you where to put the enamel dots. So we're just going to kind of mix it up here. Do a few on each side of the tag. So here we go. Move that over there. And we do have a different color. So here I'll use the rich razzleberry for this one. And I'll put some down here. Alright, so we got 4 on each of those. And then let's see here, we'll put some extra on here. Now this one's a little bit busier, so I don't know, the enamel dots might actually get a little bit lost. But you can kind of see them there. Oh, I was about to mix up colors. I don't know if it would look very good if I switch colors in the middle. So we'll kind of move that one over. And then for this one, I'll do the lighter color. So yeah, see Sarah, I knew people would understand. It is really fun to do your own thing. You know, it's good to have samples of exactly how it's supposed to look, you know? But then it's fun to do your own thing. So I've added those little enamel dots on there in different colors, because they do provide you with those 2 different colors. Oh, Sarah, that's good to know. Sarah says that candy fits in the pockets. So that's good to know. You could fit something in there. And then we are going, uh-oh. I'm going to say uh-oh because I'm not very good at tying bows. So we're going to see how this works. But, yeah. You just got me nervous on video because me and tying bows doesn't always work very well together. So we are going to, there are on the side, and I don't know if you can see, there's actually little punched holes that you're going to punch out. But before I do the ribbon, because the ribbon is actually to hold it closed, so let me punch these out, and then I actually have one more step to do before I tie the ribbon. So let me see if I can get these out here. It's kind of a oval shaped hole that they've punched out here, so it must work well with the width of ribbon that we've got here. Yeah, it really does look like a fun fold, you know, kind of thing. So this one, I'm wondering if, Debbie, this might be what you're talking about, but maybe put an enamel dot on the label. Hi, Linda. All right, so I'm gonna set these to the side for a second because we have some scalloped note cards somewhere on my table. Oh, here we go, right next to me. So these scallop note cards are what go on the inside. So we're going to take 4 of those since we're making 4 of these right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stamp set and I'm actually going to take that envelope with the heart as one stamp set or one stamp. And then I need to take my words off my other block over here. So I'll just take that off. And I'm also going to put on this stamp, because I think it's really cute, which is an envelope here with some X's and O's coming out of it. We're going to grab our ink again. And we are going to stamp this in the corner of the scallop note. This is the note that goes on the inside of your Valentine. So we'll just put a little heart right there, or envelope with a heart. And then I suppose we can just be even here. We'll do 2 of each kind. So there you can kind of see the envelope with the heart, which is somebody guessed early on. That's very similar to the panda set. So now we're going to stamp that. It's actually, let's see, it's hearts, X's, and O's that are coming out of there. And we're going to stamp that here. Oh, I messed up on that stamping. That's okay. Connie, that's a great question. I don't know who won the paper pumpkin contest. Oh goodness, I really messed up there. I will have to get my markers out to color that in. So those Stampin' markers that I showed you earlier are really good when you stamp like this. So just so you see that, we do have a tool coming out soon with Stampin' Up! Called the Stamparatus, which I could have just re-inked my stamp and stamped right back on the same exact spot. Oh my goodness, I can't wait till that tool comes out. So, but for right now, we will live with that because I'm not exactly sure where my Ritz Razzleberry marker is. So we're going to take these back to our card, and they just slip right here on the inside. So you could write a note on here, you could slip a piece of candy, a gift card. I mean, the options are really endless, I'm sure, on what you could put in there. Well, maybe not endless. You couldn't give somebody a new car, right, in here. Unless you wrote it on a piece of paper. So we're just going to slip those in here. There we go. Alright, one last one. I'm going to go ahead and slide in the one that I messed up, but I will take it back out and finish coloring it a bit later. And so we have these cards. So back to our ribbon. It wants you to tie it closed with 12 inches of ribbon. So I suppose scissors would be one extra tool that you do need to have. But on the instruction sheet, if you've seen this, down here at the bottom, there's actually a ruler at the bottom. So if you don't have a ruler handy, which I generally don't, you can actually use your instructions as a ruler. Oh, I know. I totally agree with the Debbies. I can't wait for the Stamparatus. So, alright, that's approximately 12 inches. Doesn't need to be exact. And once I have one, rather than using the instructions to measure, I just kind of use itself. So we're just going to cut some ribbon here. Got a couple more. Tying the ribbon and then cutting also works. There's really not much that saves ribbon for me, because, I don't know, there's got to be like some secret trick to tying pretty bows, because I see people do it all the time. But, you know, I don't even tie my own shoes very often, because I wear Crocs most of the time. So maybe that's my problem. Maybe I'm just out of practice with tying my shoes. So, my goodness, they do ask you to cut an awful lot of ribbon here. So I can see how tying and then cutting would definitely save ribbon. But, you know, what's done is done. Actually, I think that's how I did it on my alternatives that I used ribbon on. I did tie them and then cut them. So, let's see here. Just gonna tie that. I feel like I'm back in kindergarten, you know, when your like teacher or your parent watches you tie your shoes to make sure you're doing it right. Here we go. Alright, I'm just gonna trim off the edge of that ribbon. There we go. And like that. Alright. And so there we have one of our Valentines. And let me just tie one with the heart on it, because that way we'll have one of each that we've got done. I'll get this tied. I saw somebody once using a fork to tie bows. I didn't quite get it, but I thought maybe that's something I need to practice with, is doing that. Alright, so we'll just kind of fix that a little bit. There we go. Well, that's one really lopsided bow. I only need to cut off on one side. So there we have it. And so there we have two Valentines. And this gives you kind of the sample of what each one looks like. And there are a total of 8 of each design. So there's 8 of this striped card. And then there are 8 of the gold heart cards. So I think those are really cute. And then, you know, I saw somebody say you could put candle in them. Candle. Not a candle. Candy. You could put candy in these. So that would be the kind of Valentine I'd like to get, because, you know, who can go wrong with chocolate? So those two. So, before I show you my alternatives, let me do the comment picker so that we can find out who's going to win the cards that were made on today's video. So if somebody can give us a drum roll, please. Or everybody, right? Alright, let's see. The first winner is Debbie Ammerhein. and I apologize, Debbie, if I am saying your name wrong. But Debbie, I am going to be sending you some of the cards that I made on today's video. So if you want to send me your address, I will get those out to you. Debbie Bacon. Yes, let's get a $100 gift card in there. I think that's a great idea. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? So, all right. Shall we pick one more person to get some of these cards? Let's go through the comments here and do the random comment picker so we can get a winner. And we've got Brenda Taylor. So Brenda Taylor, if you send me your address, I'll also send you some cards. All right, so how about if we take a look at some alternative cards? So, you know, if you're like me, you might not have a need for a whole lot of Valentines, certainly not for 16 of them. So there's a lot of other ways that you can use the supplies from this kit to make some cards. So let's see here. Move these to the side, and let me grab my first set. So when I first pulled out the cards, I saw that there were two coordinating colors with the enamel dots. I saw these right here. So the enamel dots came in the Flirty Flamingo and the Rich Razzleberry. So I thought, well, I'll start with that kind of paper. So I grabbed that. And I mentioned earlier in the video that my most requested card is, well, not, I shouldn't say most requested, but a current popular one is anniversary cards. So I thought, well, this set works really well with anniversary cards. So I used these words, and let me show you here just so that you kind of know. This set, let's see, it's called Number of Years. This is where I got the Happy Anniversary out of. So just kind of give you a frame of reference of where these stamps are from. I did the Happy Anniversary here. Oh, Donna, what an interesting idea to make your bows upside down to get them right. I'll have to try that. That's an interesting suggestion. So I used the ribbon, I used the enamel dots. This is actually one of those striped cards. I just cut it apart, deconstructed it, and now I have more pieces I can use for a card. So another version of an anniversary card. Now this font of Happy Anniversary actually comes from Milestone Moments, and I really like the curly, you know, font here. So wanted to be sure to use that. So here we've got a lot more pieces from the kit. This time that whole background, and then I put the scalloped on it. You know, you've got the ribbon. This striped piece here is actually just some excess from when I was cutting it apart for some of the cards. And then the pink tag. And I just cut it off at the top so that it's nice and even. And then again, using the emerald dots. So, hi Kathy. Nice of you to join us. Oh, and Cindy. I didn't see you come in earlier. So, I like that one as well. This one I did with the Flirty Flamingo base again, and I used the Flirty Flamingo ink to do the color on tone on tone Happy Anniversary, and I thought I would use the heart envelope one coming out of here and just add a little flair with the enamel dots at the top. And then I warned you, the panda had to come out somehow. So here's my panda. I used part of the little pocket envelope. You'll see this is the curved section. And then used one of the tags to say Happy Anniversary. I've got the ribbon. And all I did was flip the pink the other direction. And then you can see our cute little panda, and he's holding that envelope with the heart there. And then some enamel dots to accent it. And then on the inside, I added the envelope with the hearts coming out of it. So there you go. Kathy, yep, you can share it. Just click share, and it should be able to send to your your page. And then I thought, well, this is on the Rich Razzleberry, but I wanted to do one on the Flirty Flamingo as well. So same design really, but instead I used a stitched oval here instead of the tag that came, because if you'll notice, and I'll have to take this off and probably redo it, the anniversary, the word anniversary, actually goes over the gold lines there. So might have to redo that one. But yeah, I love the panda. And then of course I put the little hearts on the inside. So I thought that would make a really cute anniversary card. So I've got all these samples done, and then I realized that I do actually have a customer that I'm making cards for, and she asked me for no pink cards. So I was like, oh no, these are pretty much all pink and purple. So I really like this design. So what I did was I took some other colors, and I'll just show you the back side here first. I just took a variety of colors here that could make anniversary cards that aren't pink. And then I am creating the same design as this one, only on the green, red, blue, yellow, you know, etc. So just a different look. And I haven't added the enamel dots yet. You'll see here the two different ways. I actually have the enamel dots that'll match my cardstock, but I didn't have time to pull those out to finish these. So I'll have to finish those off after the video. And then I'll have some cards to send off to the customer. The pandas. I thought you guys would like the pandas. They're just super cute. So I'm going to make that same design with the hearts and the stripes in these different colors. And then the other thing I was going to do was some of these pandas, was I was going to make the pandas in different colors. Because what I did down here, if you can see the little heart, I actually colored it in the same color as the base. So it has the Flirty Flamingo right now. But if I do it on, you know, say blue or green, I can just color that in with that appropriate color ink. So those are some of the alternatives that I have to share. Now, just to remind you, if you want to get in on the February Paper Pumpkin, don't forget you need to order by February 10th in order to get your kit. And then we will be making it together on February 28th, so the last Wednesday of February. Not planning any trips out of town during that time, so I think we should be safe to plan on the 28th. So, so here's my alternatives. Oh, Karen, that's an interesting comment. You would not use black for a Valentine card. I could see that. Yeah, it is definitely a darker color. So you might want to take these black cards and actually turn them more into, you know, some of the alternative kind of ideas. I think it really helps when you cut up these black cards, because then you kind of space out that black. So that's what I was doing, because then you're just using a smaller, you know, a smaller piece of black on here. So, but yeah, I would think black and white Valentines with red accents, or real red accents, would be very striking. You know, and other people, I'm seeing other comments that black looks formal. Absolutely, it does. Very different from, you know, your typical kid Valentine, I think. But, I don't know. I like them both. I like both the way it came in the kits, and then there's just some really fun alternative ways to do it. So, I am going to do a drawing for the kit. So my store is here, and the host code if you want to order Paper Pumpkin. Again, don't forget, if you order a 3-month prepaid subscription, you can also get a free stamp set, or a free celebration item. And the pandas, of course, are one of those free items. So, let me do another drawing for the full kit. We'll see here, put all those comments in here and see what we get. And while that's working, because sometimes it takes a little bit longer, let me just give you one other reminder. If you want to sign up for my February class, let me pull that out right here. My February class is based on the Picture Perfect birthday set. Tomorrow's the last day to sign up for this, so just keep that in mind. You'll get the stamps, you'll get the full DSP pack. We'll do a Facebook Live just like this, and we'll make the cards together. You'll get supplies for 8 cards along with the stamps and the DSP. So I'm sure I'll have lots of fun embellishments and die cuts and whatnot. This is not one of the cards that you get to make, but just a sample. So shoot me a message if you want to sign up for that. $40 for that kit. And our paper pumpkin kit goes to Debbie Bacon. So Debbie Bacon, just send me your address and I will shoot you out a paper pumpkin kit. I have a full one set aside just for you. It'll have your name on it shortly. So I think I have it sitting. I do. I have it sitting right here. So this will go to you, Debbie Bacon. I'm super excited because I think you said that you've never done paper pumpkin. So this will be a great way for you to get to try it. So very fun. Well, thank you guys all for joining me tonight. And oh, let me ask a question real quick for all of you still in the video. Who are you rooting for tomorrow? The Eagles? The Patriots? I had to stop and think for a second. We got the Eagles, the Patriots, or the commercials. You know, maybe you're not into football or you don't care about these 2 teams, so you're just excited about the commercials. That would be me. So I hope whatever you do tomorrow and whoever you root for, you have a lot of fun. And yes, congratulations, Debbie Bacon. So thank you, Linda. Really fun cards. So thank you for joining me, and until we meet again, be sure to encourage one another and build each other up. Have a great night, guys. Bye.